From the Serekunda East Mini Stadium to the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, hello, good afternoon, wherever you might be getting our voices and signals, you most welcome. And welcome back to the theater, Box Bar Mini Stadium to be precise, in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. And of course, welcome to yet another round of 16 clash between Fortune Football Academy and Scovil. And the game is currently underway from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, if you may like, give it the name, the theater of entertainment. Fortune currently in white shorts and green socks, while Scovil in orange shorts and orange socks. Head coach Sambujang Sedikan having the assistance of Lamin Mane and Fortune Football Academy started this game with Seku Jeng in goal, Adama S. Sonko, Uri Sow, Sehu Dahaba, Musa Bo, Basidi Kamara, Seni Drame, Mustafa Seidi, Abubakar Baji, Momodu Salifu Keita and Alpha Omar Sow completing the 11. That was definitely close, and of course the team captain and custodian Seku Jeng equal to that task. And already it's a corner for the boys in orange colors. Scovil Football Club, a team based in Brikama Nyambai, against a side from Farato, West Coast region, the Gambia. Scovil under the guidance of Sajo Kolias head coach Masani Kenjira is his assistant, and the team has started with Modlamin Cham in goal, Momodu Mbalo, Modu Korita, Ibrahim Sawane, Mustafa Fati, Abdumbai. It's a corner and a delivery for Scovil Football Club, and Sehu Jeng, the gloves of the netminder, and Sehu is currently training with the football ahead of this year's GFF Men's Division 1 alongside Mustafa Sedi, Abubakar Baji and Alpha Omar Sow and some of the younger players. It is Fortune Football Academy dressed in white and green. Seni Drame trying to hold possession, and he's also being invited to the provisional team of Brikama's zonal team. Seni Drame, Sehu Jeng and Alpha Omar Sow. It is Scovil, not a decent one. Fortune regained possession. Mustafa Sedi slips in the process. And the Nyambai base club will try to unlock the midfield, and Fortune will build on to that attack. Abubakar lost possession, who is also one of the youngsters training with the force team. It is the round of 16 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the 2025 Brikama Soma Nawettan, and Fortune last season crashed out in double semi-finals. This time it's ahead of Sehu Jeng, this time as a sweeper keeper, and Sehu alert enough to get that ball off the area. Adama S. Sonko back into the gloves of the custodian Sehu Jeng, but before that the central referee has already signaled for an infringement, and already we have seen Basidi Kamara urging his fellow players to calm down. That isn't a good one, as Abubakar Baji is currently down injured alongside the team captain Abdullah Koli of Scovil Football Club. Abubakar Baji, one of the youngsters, and he was on the score sheet in the 3-0 victory over GSAR in their opening game. Fortune Football Academy got the better of GSAR 3-0 in the first game before picking a point against Dasilame. In the third game it ended 0-0 against Kaipa Waniro Legacy before getting a convincing 2-0 victory over Black Stars KM in their final group game to advance to the round of 16, and currently facing Scovil Football Club. And Scovil on the other end started this year's campaign with a 1-1 draw against Dangam before picking a point against Nema. Lost to Jida Kabilo, the most informed team, and Jida Kabilo is going to face Dasilame in today's 5 p.m. showdown. And in the final group game for Scovil, it ended Scovil 1, Puntalana 0, and Scovil advanced to the round of 16 of this year's Brikama Soma Nawettan. Kemo, welcome to the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Another fascinating game, and this time is a knockout in the round of 16, and the winner takes all advance to the quarterfinal, while the loser will crash out as far as the competition is concerned.
Yes, per this stage, both of these sides here would want to win and get their advancement to the quarter-final stage. But here, this is a game that they must win. If they have failed to, if the regulation time rather fails to decide which side will be proceed into the quarter-final, of course, I mean it must be decided from the post-match penalty shootout. But before then, now we have also seen both sides have created goal-scoring opportunities in the early part of this particular game. Earlier on, it was Fortune, and then we have also seen the Scovil side advancing and also getting a very good chance there, which was saved by Sekou Jeng, the netminder for the Fortune side, and then the game still remains on a 0-0 scoreline. But I mean, it is going to be a very tough test between the two sides here, and then both sides, I believe, are mentally and also physically prepared very well again ahead of this particular encounter, because they know there is no second chance that will be given to them to prove themselves again. This is the only chance that they will be having if they want to get any ticket to advance to the next round. So they must win this particular game to advance to the quarterfinal. If you lose, they know that they will be going out of the competition, and then the only hope for them will be on the knockout alone. So let's see what happens here, but our expectation is that it's going to be a highly contested affair between these two sides here, and in the initial minutes that we have watched them played already have told us that yes, this is going to be a very tough test between the two sides here. You can see both sides are advancing against their opponents in trying to making sure that they score the first goal, but they are doing that with cautiousness to also try to making sure that they prevent their opponents from scoring the first goal against them.
Thank you very much, Kim Okanyi. Interesting and lively at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. In case you're just joining us, it is the 2025 Brikama Summer Nawettan and the round of 16 of the league between Fortune Football Academy and Scovil Football Club. It's a clash between the boys from Farato and the boys from Brikama Nyamba. It's a strong header into the gloves of the netminder. But before that, the flag of the assistant referee is already up. Central referee is Malang Biai. Abi Tamba is the first assistant. Omar Sisoho and Sheikh Tijan Jiba is currently serving as the fourth assistant referee from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Basidi Kamara around the center. Lost possession. Scovil Football Club getting it on the far side, urging for the flag of the assistant referee, but the flag stayed down. But the player for Scovil failed to pick possession. Uriso started the contest in the 3-0 victory over Gisar, but missed out on the starting 11 in the games between Dasilame, Sky Power, Nero Legacy and Black Stars KM. And back to the custodian Sekou Jeng. There is an offside signaled by the central referee. Interesting and lively, and the Brikama Summer Nawettan in full swing. Mustafa Sedi currently training with the first team, and he's been held by the player, and the central referee very close has already given the opportunity, and we will surely get a quick rundown on the current table standing in the Brikama Summer Nawettan, the teams that have advanced and the teams that have crashed out. Basidi Kamara getting it down to Uriso, who is one of the central defenders, and Basidi is the holding midfielder, spreading it wide on the far side, trying to connect the run of Sehu Dahaba. It's a low one, decently cleared. Mustafa Sedi around the edge of the 18. Mustafa Sedi looking for penetrations, getting it down to Momodu Salifu Keita. Not a decent one. Salifu regained possession. Rasul calling for a handball, calling for a foul, but the central referee is in the least interested as he waved in for a play on, and that's a goal kick to the Brikama base club Scovil. Fortune playing from our right to left, while Scovil from our left to right. Scovil dressed in orange shorts and orange socks, whilst Fortune in white shorts and green socks. Scovil is having Sajo Koli as head coach, Masane Konjira as his assistant as usual, Sambujang Serikan and Lamin Mane on the technical area for the Petroleum Starlets. It is Scovil in their half. Basidi Kamara, an industrious central midfielder, an industrious holding midfielder for Fortune Football Academy, and it's a throw in and won the man of the match in the 3-0 victory over 3-0 victory over Gisar. It is Scovil on the attack. Uriso It's advantage Scovil. Getting you the table standing in this year's Brikama Soma Nawettan. Amasa and Newtown advance to the round of 16. Amasa already in the quarterfinal, whilst Newtown crash out in the round of 16 of this year's Brikama Soma Nawettan after losing to top 10 on post-match shootout after 1-1 in regulation. Bubakar Baji trying to hold on possession. It's going to be Musa Bob. Bob is one of the wing backs, and Bob urging for a foul, but the central referee this time has waved against Fortune. In Group A, Amasa advanced to the round of 16 alongside Newtown. Amasa is now playing in the quarterfinals, whilst Newtown has crashed out in the round of 16 against top 10. In Group B, top 10 advanced to the quarterfinals. Sabu United Sabu United crashed out after the defeat to Amasa Football Club. And in the order round of 16 classes, Daru to Byron Neil, Elephant 3 will face Makasutu Fortune FC, or FA rather, currently taking on Scovil. Dasilame United will take on Jida Kabilo in today's 5 p.m. game. Young Boy Stars will take on Jambar Sane, whilst Jaliba United will face Toures in the order round of 16 classes. And already in the Brikama Soma Nawettan, Kute Jambule Welingara senior players are all out of the competition alongside Newtown. In Group B, Sabu out, Manokang out, Superstars are already out, and Kabafita United relegated, the champions though. And in Group C, Daru and Makasutu are already in the competition, whilst Dreamers, Sanchaba Youths and Power Station are all out, and Sanchaba or Power Station has relegated. In Group D, Elephant 3 in the round of 16, Bairo already out, Manduar United out, Santosu and New Generation relegated in that group. Around the 8, Alpha Omar Sauce Trash comes in, but before that the flag of the assistant referee is up, and up against Fortune, and Scovil will have the opportunity. In Group E, Fortune currently taking on Scovil. Dasilame to face Jida Kabilo in today's 5 p.m. game. GSR, Sky Power, Nero Legacy, Blackstar KM relegated. In Group F, Jida Kabilo will face Dasilame. Scovil currently playing Fortune Football Academy. Puntalana is already out, Dangam out, and Nema United, the team with the slogan Our Land, Our Cup, are already relegated from this year's Brikama Soma Nawettan and has to come through the playoffs to have the chance of playing in the Brikama Soma Nawettan once again. Group E, Young Boy Stars already in the round of 16 alongside Toures, Misra United, Benson BMA and Diamond Boys are already out, and Diamond relegated. Jaliba United on top of Group H alongside Jambar Sane. Sinchu Jola Kunda out, B Kids United out, and Citizens relegated. On the other side, it is Fortune on the attack. Seni Drame around the 8 trying to test the goalkeeper. What a strike and what a goal from Seni Drame. And Fortune has just taken the lead from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Of course, Kemo, that was a decent strike. And what a goal and strike coming from Seni Drame. No wonder he's been called to the provisional squad of the Brikama zonal team. And of course, Seni has just given the advantage to Fortune Football Academy at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in the first period against Scovil.
Yes, the intelligence of the players are needed in certain situations when the game is moving. You can see say he got the ball, received that particular ball. He knows his positioning and then understands the weakness of the goalkeeper at that particular point, and then he went for the ball and then strike once and then get his side to the lead here. That was a brilliant goal from Seni into this first 15 minutes of the game here. So let's see what Fortune can do. We are currently in the 14th minute here, and then already Fortune have taken the lead against Scovil here with a beautiful goal from Seni Drame into the first 14 minute of the game here. That was a brilliant goal from Seni Drame, and not every player can score from such an angle and then try to make such a very brave decision here as he receives the ball, because there was a player as well that one would say he could have played to that, but he knows what he wanted to do, and then he places the ball brilliantly past the goalkeeper and giving his side Fortune the lead into the game park.
Thank you very much, Kim Okanyi. Of course, from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. It is currently Fortune 1, Scovil 0. Alpha Omar Sow getting it down around the center to Basidi Kamara. Bubakar Baje. Basidi Kamara still moving the ball forward, looking for options. Is that N'Golo Kante type of a player? Alpha Omar Sow getting it down, not a decent one. Scovil regain possession. Musa Bob on some defensive duties around the center circle. Babukar Baje is currently down, nursing an injury, and currently the medical team of Fortune Football Academy already on the pitch alongside the independent medical officials from the theatre. Live on LSTV1, it is Parlament Fatih Kimo Kanye, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Just as I said, from the Serekunda is Mini Stadium to the Box Bar in Brikama, and today at the Box Bar Mini Stadium is currently Fortune 1, Scovil 0. The game is temporarily stopped as the medical team are currently on the pitch giving assistance to the player in question, Abubakar Baji, who is currently training with the Fortune Football Club senior team. Baji Abubakar was on the score sheet in the 3-0 victory over GSR in the opening game for Fortune Football Academy this season, before picking a point against Dasilame and Sky Power Niro Legacy. And in the final group game, it ended Fortune 2, Black Stars KM 0, and Fortune booked a spot in the round of 16, where they are currently facing Scovil, who in this year's campaign commenced with a 1-1 draw against Dangam, before another 1-1 draw against Nema United, lost 3-1 to Jida Kabilo before defeating Puntalana in the final group game, giving the team the chance to advance to the round of 16. It is Fortune 1, Scovil 0. Adama S. Sonko going long, trying to connect the run of Abubakar Baji up front. Baji Abubakar, and this time Abubakar Baji penalized. He seems surprised on the far side, and Scovil praying from the democracy end of the theatre towards the police line end, whilst Fortune from the police line end towards the democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And you are reminded that we're going to be here in the 5 p.m. showdown between Dasilame United and Jida Kabilo, and the game will be live on LSTV1, just like we currently having this game live on LSTV1 on both our handles on Facebook and YouTube as well. We will slowly get to know where we will be coming from tomorrow and of course on Sunday respectively. But first, focus at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the 3 p.m. showdown between Fortune and Scovil is the team captain Scovil. Lamin Sise, who lost possession to Alpha Omar Sow. The ball is still in play. Abubakar Baji, player Rasul. It is Mustafa Said is spreading it wide to Sehud Dahaba. Is that a foul? Abubakar Baji is currently down and nursing an injury, receiving attention from the medical team. The game is temporarily stopped, and Fortune will have the opportunity to deliver. Musa Bob to deliver for Fortune Football Academy. Bob Musa, one of the wing backs, going long and decently cleared by Scovil, who are currently down by a 0 against Fortune. Abubakar Baji lost it, and Scovil will pick possession using the right side of the defense. Still marauding right back, getting it down, and the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up for an offside from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Busy technical area as Gavas are currently giving instructions to their players, and Fortune on the driving seat 1-0 is the score. See any drama with the solo goal. It is a long one. See any drama trying to keep possession. Scovil, and the goal has been a wake-up call for the Nyambai base club. Scovil getting it down around the edge, looking for options, and they get something from that. Decently blocked in there by Basidi Kamara. Urging the player to calm down, the central referee Malang Biai Malang. Abdi Tamba is one of the assistants. Currently, say Tijan Jiba and Omar Sisoho are the first and second assistants, whilst Abdi Tamba is serving as the fourth assistant referee. There's a player down once again for Fortune Football Academy. Of course, it's a melting condition at the theatre, and probably we're going to observe that cooling break. Yes, that's cooling break. I think chemo is necessary here as the temperature is indeed high here at the Box Bar Mini Stadium.
Yes, very well. Always when cooling break is given by the officials of the game, one would say that it is very good decision from the officials of the game, because the health of the players are very important. It is because they are healthy, that is why we are able to proceed with the game here. But if they are not, the game could not be proceeded. So that observing the cooling break is a very good, one would say, an initiative from the officials of the game, and then that again will be used by the office by various technical benches. We have also seen them taking that as an advantage in trying to instruct some of the goodwill messages that they will be giving their players, so they can work by those those instructions for the good of their game. For the other side that is currently leading, Fortune will be putting into their boys. Let's try to focus very well and then prevent our opponents from scoring against them, while the message from their opponents will be that we must try to score before the end of the first half is ended here, so that we can level the game ahead of the halftime break, and then that again will make the game very difficult for either of the side, because for the other end they must score to at least restore parity for themselves before the halftime break is before the halftime whistle is blown, and then while that of the Fortune side can still stay onto this and then try to go to the halftime break with 1-0 advantage, and then coming from the halftime break they can still maintain that and then go home with the victory that they needed. So the other side must score, but let's see what happens here. Cooling break is a very good initiative from the officers of the game to actually so players are not so much dehydrated, and then they get themselves some water.
Thank you very much, and of course it is lively and entertaining from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama in the round of 16 class between Fortune and Scovil. Fortune on the driving seat, hoping to end this season on high after crashing out in both the league and knockout last season in the semi-final. Basidi Kamara, Musabo back to Basidi, caught out by Scovil, and to switch play from the center to the right. And the Nyambai base side is currently down by a goal to nil. On the far side, the flag of the assistant referee stayed down, and Sehuda Haba blocking that ball decently, and it's a corner to Scovil Football Club, who are already down by a goal to nil. There's a corner, delivery, glancing one. There is currently discussion between the central referee Malang BI and one of the players and the team captain, for that matter, for Scovil Football Club, Abubakar Koli. Team captain Scovil 19, Abubakar Koli. And Fortune will get that ball. Already the central referee has urged the player to get the ball once again. Wuri Soto Mustafa Saidi. Mamadou Salifu Keita penalized by the flag on the far side. And Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama is the venue. The competition is the 2025 Brikama Summer Nawettan, and round of 16 is the stage. Seni Drame. No foul, Seni. Mustafa Sedi trying to get the ball forward. Abubakar Baji is down. Abubakar Baji is back on his feet. Fortune on the driving seat at the box bar, and with a victory here will advance to the quarter-final of the league, and yet to play in the knockout so far this season. Fortune crossed out in the semi-final last season in the league against Kute Jambulu before crashing out in the semi-final of the knockout against Manduari United. And it is Scovil, and once again strike comes in. That's a slip from Bashiri Kamara, and Scovil will benefit from that. Scovil nil, Fortune 1. Fortune on the driving seat, getting the only goal courtesy of Seni Drame. It's an opportunity for the boys in orange colours. The team based in Nyambai, Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia, is a strong one. And this time it's a header. Another strong header over the crossbar. That was very close. Currently Wuriso is down and Sehu Jeng is still complaining bitterly. And you could see the custodian complaining to the central defender, and Wuri is currently back on his feet. That was definitely very close. Unfortunately for Fortune Football Academy, the header sailed over the crossbar, and the score is still in their favor. 1-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Seni Drame with the only goal for Fortune Football Academy. Sehu Jeng, the custodian, he has been the third choice goalkeeper for Fortune Football Club last season, and currently training with the fourth team ahead of this year's GFF Men's Division 1 opener, and it is currently 1-0 in their favor. Central referee Malang BI, Amar Sisoho, Sehtijan Jiba, the assistants as AR1 and AR2. Abid Tamba is the fourth assistant referee, and we were made to understand that Abi should have been the second assistant, and Sehtijan Jiba will serve as the fourth assistant referee, and temporarily Seh is serving as one of the assistants with the flag, whilst Abi is serving as the fourth assistant referee. Probably they will have a switch after the break. It seems to be a protest against the decision of the central referee, but he has the final say. Malang BI central referee, and he is the trusted individual in the middle of this crucial and lively game. Round of 16 class in today's 3 p.m. showdown at the box bar. Malang BI central referee, Abi Tamba, Omar Sisaho and Sehtijan Jiba are the assistants. Scovil in orange colours, whilst Fortune in white. They already have 2 balls on the pitch, and the referee will order for the other ball to be taken out. It is still Seni Drame solo goal the difference, and the teams that are playing in the 5 p.m. showdown, Dasilame United. It's an attack around the edge, looking for options. It is still Scovil around the edge of the 8-10. Fortune will try to defend this as we move into the closing stages of the fourth period. And Fortune on the driving seat. On the far side is Scovil. The flag is already up. Just as I was saying earlier, Dasilame United, and we believe Jida Kabilo, we believe that is Jida. That must be Jida. And Jida has already arrived at the Box Bar Mini Stadium ahead of the 5 p.m. showdown against Dasilame United. Basidi Kamara spreading it wide on the far side to Alpha Omar Sow, who leaves the ball for Musa Bob. Bob with a delivery, still strong header from Babukar Baji. And Babukar said and never troubled the custodian. And the goalkeeper in goal for Scovil is Modlamin Cham. In case you're just joining us, you are reminded that we still coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And it is the round of 16 of the Brikama Summer Nawettan. Round of the 16 of this year's Summer Nawettan in Brikama between Fortune Football Academy and Scovil. And Fortune in this class started the game with Sehu Jeng in goal. Adama S. Sonko Wuriso, Sehu Dahawa, Musa Bob Basidi Kamara, Seni Drame, the goal scorer. Mustafa Sedi Abubakar Baji, Mamadou Salifu Keita and Alpha Omar Sow. Around the edge once again, Fortune, this is a glancing one from Mustafa Sedi. But Mustafa's header never troubled the custodian as the ball is too strong to connect the header of the advancing Mustafa Sedi. And Mustafa's header never troubled the custodian as the ball sailed on the other end for a goal kick. And on the other end, Scovil under the guidance of Sergio Collier, Coach Masani Konjira is his assistant. Started this match with Modlamin Cham in goal as usual. Momodu Mbalo, Modu Korda, Ibrahim Aswane, Mustafa Fati, Abdumbai, Lamin Sise, Mustafa Jata, Edward Baji, Abdullah Koli and Modu Kamara completing the 11. And both sides hoping to secure a spot in the quarterfinal. And the winner will advance to the quarterfinal whilst the loser will cross out of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. That's an offside as waved by the assistant referee Sehtijan Jiba. Fortune defeated Jisa 3-0 in the opening game before picking a point against Dasilame and Sky Power Nero Legacy. And the final group game was against Black Stars KM, where the team got the better of Black Stars KM by 2-0. Scovil picked a point against Dangama Nema United, lost to Jida Kabilo before picking maximum points against Puntalana in their final group game, and the score is currently against them, not in their favor. Scovil needs to score, else Fortune Football Academy will sail to the quarterfinals after having the advantage courtesy of Seni Drame. And time running out as far as the fourth period is concerned, and fans continue to pile in at the theatre to watch this 3 p.m. showdown and also the big game in the 5 p.m. It's a derby at 5 p.m. Jida Kabilo against Dasilame United. Jida Kabilo won their group whilst Dasilame United came out second in their group behind Fortune Football Academy. Jida Kabilo are still unbeaten. It's an opportunity Musabo trying to control possession. Scovil spreading it wide on the far, around the edge of the 18, trying to get some penetrations. It is now. Alpha Omar Sow to Mamadou Salifu Keita. Only call Lionel Messi. Trying to have some step overs, looking for options, spreading it wide on the far side. Seni Drame strikes! And is that the second goal? Yes, that's the second goal for Seni Drame. And Seni got the second, and that's his brace. Kemo, it is already force up, and already Seni Drame has got himself a brace at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the final moments of the first half, and currently Fortune on the driving seat. 2-0 is the score against Scovil Football Club, and Seni with a brace already.
Yes, very well. The second one from Seni into this particular game. It is 7 minutes before the final whistle is gone for the first half. So currently Fortune is on the driving seat to get themselves to the quarterfinal, and then while their opponents keeps struggling against them. So let's see what they will be able to do, whether they can be able to at least pull one back before the whistle is gone for the halftime break here. But the game is becoming very, very difficult for them as it proceeds. We have seen them also trying to respond against Fortune whenever they are attacking numbers, and then try to making sure that they create such problems to the Fortune defense line. But credit to the defense line for Fortune, they are playing a very, very intelligent game in trying to making sure that they stop whatever threat that their opponent Scovil Football Club will try to bring up to their defense line. And then for their opponents as well, we have also seen Sini again performing to his expectation, and then pulling up a brace into the fourth half here. So currently one would say Fortune is currently moving to the quarterfinal, but they cannot be so complacent into the game, because every little time that is playable in a match is very, very important. So I believe they understand that. So this 2-0 lead here, they wouldn't be complacent with their performance. They will try to push again, and then in fact try to add up their advantage into the game, while their opponents will be working to pull at least one back, and then trying to make sure that they score against the Fortune side and eventually get themselves to the dreamland. But it is going to be a very, very difficult job for them to accomplish here, but everything is possible in football. But as for now, Fortune is currently on the driving seat to qualify to get themselves to the quarterfinal part.
It's getting more and more interesting. On approaching half-time at the Boxbar Mini Stadium and the Brikama Nawettan round of 16 class between Fortune and Scovil. The boys from Farato on the driving seat. Fortune 2, Scovil 0. Senidrami with a brace already. It's a delivery for Scovil Football Club. Eludes every other player trying to keep possession on the far side, but the ball is too strong for the player to keep. And see who the Habab will benefit from a throw in. Fortune on the driving seat, hoping to secure a point, or a spot rather, in the quarterfinals. Uriso, massive clearance, and Abubakar Baji will chase. Tricky and pacey player, one of the players training with the senior team. Abubakar Baji, Rasul never given by the central referee, and he's still down. Baji Abubakar. Abubakar Baji training with the first team of Fortune Football Club ahead of this year's season's opener. Baji Abubakar seems to be okay. Let's wait and see what's going to be the outcome. Is he going to be assisted by the medical team? Back to the goalkeeper for Scovil, Modlamin Cham. Cham Modlamin urging his players to move the ball forward. Momodu Salifu Keita. It's an interesting showdown. On one must advance and the other must crash out. Who is crashing and who is advancing? And seemingly Fortune on the driving seat seems to be the side that might advance to the quarterfinal of the league, while Scovil, they want to advance to the quarterfinal, needs to score twice, and that might not be enough to possibly push the game to post-match shootout, as the Petroleum Starlets are currently on the driving seat. 2-0 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Sini Drami with a brace. Mustafa Said is spreading it wide to Alpha Marceau. Not a convincing one this time. The Nyambai base club will try to keep possession in their own half as they try to get something from this contest. Basidi Kamara trying to hold possession. Keeps possession. Basidi, an industrious central midfielder, trying to get it down. Not a decent one. Another opportunity for Scovil. Is that a foul? Yes, given by central referee. And Basidi Kamara seems to be disappointed with that decision of the central referee. But of course the referee Malang Biai has the final say and has already pointed for a set piece to Scovil Football Club, who are desperately in need of a breakthrough. The team down by 2-0 against Fortune will now have the opportunity to deliver this, and the team needs a dead ball specialist to deliver. Ibrahim Aswane is one of the players behind the ball, and Fortune will assemble a giant wall in trying to protect this, as the team is currently leading by 2-0, courtesy of Seni Drames Braze. It's a 3 or 4-man wall. It's going to be 4-man wall. Seni Drame on the wall. Alpha Omar Sow on the wall. Musa Bob and Abubakar Baji. And Alpha Omar Sow has already left the wall. This time it's a delivery into the gloves of the custodian Sehu Jeng. He's a reliable custodian, and Sehu Jeng is yet to be beaten this season. He has so far had 4 clean sheets, and probably if he doesn't concede today, this is going to be his 5th clean sheet. In the first game, it ended 3-0 against Gisar, 0-0 against Dasilame, 0-0 against Nero Sky Power, Nero Legacy, and of course a convincing 2-0 victory over Black Stars KM. And Fortune Football Academy are yet to concede this season in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. What a record for the Petroleum Starlet, and Sehu Jeng to be precise. Any moment from now, the 4th assistant referee Abi Tamba will put up the additional minutes. 2 minutes added on, and 2 minutes for Fortune Football Academy to hold on to this 2-0 advantage. Whilst is a massive, we call it a massive 2 minutes for Scovil to at least pull one back, or else they will be heading back into the dressing room trailing 2-0 against Fortune Football Academy. Kemo, we have already seen 2 minutes added on, and Fortune just need to hold on, and they will be going back into the dressing room with the 2-0 advantage.
Yes, that's their job now, to at least try to stay onto this lead in here in this final 2 minutes, while their opponents will try to make sure they score at least a goal within the 2 minutes here. That has just been added by the officials of the game to come back and then fight again. But Fortune now, whoever is here will tell you that Fortune will surely go to the dressing room with an advantage into this particular game, because currently they are leading by 2-0. So we don't one would not expect their opponents to come from behind and then pull the whole of the entire 2 goals back. Perhaps they may have one chance and then pull one back in this final moments here, but that is going to be a very, very difficult job for them. Already we have seen the way they are approaching this game, the way they are attacking, and also the way Fortune is also approaching this particular contest. So one can see Fortune might be able to add up their advantage within these 2 minutes here, and then while their opponents will continue to struggle against them as this particular game draws to the nearer in the halftime break here. But currently, it has been a great fight between the two sides here, especially that of the Fortune side, who are currently leading here by 2-0, and their opponents also putting out a very, very respectable performance into this particular contest in trying to get themselves at least a win here or a pass to get themselves any meaningful result into this. As Fortune is now surging forward, and then the striker goes to the ground here. A yellow card will be awarded to the opponent's defense line, and then he's been cautioned just outside the 18-yard area. That could have been a 3rd goal for the Fortune side, but that was a very, very technical foul from the central defender, who risked there to be booked, and then so he said would not be conceding the 3rd goal into this particular game here currently. So he's been a free kick has just been awarded here in favor of the Fortune side, and then we will see which of the players here will take the responsibility for the side to actually take the responsibility to execute that for the Fortune side. And then their opponents as well will try to defend against them so that they would not be conceding the 3rd goal into this, because with that they might not be able to come or get themselves any meaningful result into this particular contest. Already you are trailing by 2-0. So if your opponent happens to score the 3rd goal before the break here, that will be a 3-0 lead into the first half, and then the ball was executed. But that was a very, very good punch on the ball there by the netminder for the Scovil side, and a corner has been awarded to Fortune Football Club. perhaps one of the final touches before the center referee whistles for a halftime break into this particular contest. Ball taken and then inside the area, but it is again clear here. That would have been, and that's the final whistle here for the Fortune and the Scovil game. It ended Fortune 2 rather, Scovil nil in the first half.
back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama for the continuation of the live commentary, and it is the second and final half from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Brikama Summer Nawettan round of 16 and the round of 16 class between Fortune Football Academy and Scovil Football Club. There's already two players down injured, and the central referee has already ordered the medics to come to their rescue. And it is the second and final half at the Box Bar Mini Stadium and the round of 16 class between Fortune Football Academy and Scovil FC. And Scovil down by 2-0. Fortune enjoying every moment at the Box Bar, as Aseni Drames Breeze in the first half is still the advantage and still the difference between the two sides. The boys dressed in white shorts and green socks on the driving seat, ably under the leadership of Sambujang Sedi Khan as head coach, and Sambujang is having Lamin Mane as his assistant. Both players are currently back on their feet, as Scovil FC will benefit from a set piece. Earlier on we have seen double substitution coming from the Nyambai base club Scovil, who are still down by 2-0. And the 5 p.m. showdown is a derby between Gida Kabilo and Dasilame United. Anyway, it's a glancing one, and Sehu Jeng is still unbeaten in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan, and he has already bagged 4 clean sheets and on the verge of bagging yet another clean sheet. He is still unbeaten. Sehu Jeng in goal for Fortune Football Academy. Adama S. Sonko is one of the central defenders alongside Wuriso. Sehu Dahaba operating on the right side of the defense. Musa Bob on the left. Basidi Kamara playing as the holding midfielder alongside Mustafa Sedi. Abubakar Baje is currently playing as the centre forward, whilst Mamadou Salih Fouquet and Alpha Omar operates on each of the flanks. It is still Fortune 2. Scovil in their own half. Team captain getting it down on the right side. Mamadou Mbalo getting it down to the team captain, who is so heading it down. Abubakar Bajik moving the ball forward for Fortune, trying to get the ball down for Alpha Omar Sow. Is that a penalty? Yes, given by the central referee, and Fortune Football Academy rewarded the penalty by central referee Malang Bi in the very first moments of the second half. And now it is the turn of the Petroleum Starlets to get the third goal. Is it going to be Seni Drame to get the hat trick, or is going to be handed to somebody else? We believe it's going to be Seni Drame, and Seni Drame or Alpha Omar Sow. Who is going to get it? We have to wait. And there is currently discussion between Seni Drame and Alpha Omar Sow, and Seni Drame seems to be the candidate to deliver this penalty. And Seni Drame is given the opportunity to get his hat trick. It's a penalty for Fortune Football Academy. Will Seni be able to get this? And if he's able to score, that's going to be the third for Fortune Football Club, and the hat trick for Seni Drame after getting a brace in the first period. Seni Drame hands on hip, and Fortune will now rely on Drame Seni to get the third goal from this spot. Seni Drame already on a brace. against the netminder Maud Lamin Cham. Seni Drame, will he be able to convert? Seni Drame over the crossbar. What a chance unwasted. Huge opportunity for Seni Drame to get the third goal. Unfortunately, sailed over the crossbar. Came out, that was a glorious opportunity for Fortune Football Club to get the third. And Seni Drame to get the hat-trick, unfortunately squandered.
Yes, already he was on the hard trick, and then he's been given the opportunity to at least put on the hard trick here for his name, but in the end he squandered that. That was a very, very good opportunity for him to register a hard trick for his name, perhaps for the first time in his name in the Brikama Sports Committee. But nonetheless, it is still 2-0 in favor of the Fortune side. So, but the goal scorer, he scored twice in the first half. This was a very, very good opportunity for him to score a hat-trick into this particular game, because already on the hat-trick, and then a penalty is being given, and then rightly given by the officers of the game, and then he squandered that one. Flies over the crossbar. That would have been 3-0 already for the Fortune side, and also 3 goals already for his name, Seni Drame, but in the end he squandered that opportunity. And but let's see. I mean, the game is still on. Let's see what he will learn from that opportunity that he has just lost, and then perhaps if he had a chance to register a hat-trick in his name, he will be able to do so as the game proceeds. But nonetheless, that would have been an easier one for him to do so, and then the game still continues. But to the rescue of Scovil, if they were down by 3-0, that would have been a very, very difficult game, or a very, very bitter pill for them to swallow. But now that Seni has squandered that, this was the prayer that they were praying for, and then indeed their prayers has been answered, while that of the Fortune side, their ambition of getting a 3-0 lead here already into the game was thus thanks to the Seni Drame's squandering of that particular opportunity for them into this particular game. And then after then we have also seen Scovil there, then moving forward in trying to making sure that they come from behind and then at least pull one back. One would tell you 2-0 score line is a very, very dangerous score line. So if your opponent is able to pull one back, that will be a very, very difficult game for you. And then we have seen them trying to at least pull one back before much time is played into the game. But Fortune keeps on their resilient performance, especially in the defensive setup, and then continue to defend very well against this Scovil side, who is also a very, very rather good side into this season's Brikama Sports Committee's summer Nawettan, because it's a group of 5, so making your way out of that group was a very, very tough for any of the sides that is playing in the round of 16 here, and then they have found themselves here playing against one of the best sides here, that is Fortune Football Academy, which is yet to concede a goal into this particular contest. So the game proceeds. Fortune organizingly their defensive setup, they are doing very well, so as their opponents are also pushing very hard to at least pull one back and then try to making sure that they continue moving and then eventually get themselves a result that they yearn for before coming into this particular contest. But it's a very, very difficult game for them, Scovil. They will be introducing their number 11 shortly.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi, and we believe it's going to be a massive turnout in today's 5 p.m. showdown, and as fans continue to pile at the Boxbar Mini Stadium to watch this 3 p.m. showdown, and of course the 5 p.m. showdown between Dasilame United and Jida Kabilo. Abubakar Baji to hold possession, trying to dribble past the second one, still going solo. Abubakar Baji leading the line for Fortune Football Academy, and any moment from now we're going to see another substitution coming from the Nyambai based club Scovil, who are down by 2-0. Scovil down by 2-0, and that's another introduction of another fresh leg and the taking of of one of the tired legs, Alassana Job and Aliou Fati, introduced in the second half, and currently Fortune Football Academy are currently in preparation to introduce some other players in the second half. It is still 2-0 in favor of Fortune, and Seni Drame with a brace had the chance to get the third goal, to get his hat trick, unfortunately squandered from the spot. Sehu Dahaba to deliver the throw in. That is already taken. Sehu is going to retake that. Sehu Dahaba to Mustafa Sede. Any time to hold possession. Back to the right back, Sehu Dahaba, who tries to get a delivery but failed in the process. We're currently having 5 players warming up for Fortune Football Academy. Seni Drame trying to get the ball forward to the clubs of the netminder Modlamin. The ball is still in play. Signal by the central referee. Scovil on the attack, trying to cause some issues for Fortune Football Academy this time. It's a corner as waved by central referee Malang Biai. Abi Tamba is one of the assistants, Omar Sisoho, Sehtijan Jiba, of course the fourth assistant referee. Lively and entertaining, and of course we have a huge class in today's 5 p.m. showdown between Dasilame United and Jida Kabilo. Dasilame against Jida. It's a derby, and it's going to be one of the biggest games in this year's Brikama Soma Nawettan. Cross comes in, glancing on the far side. Scovil trying to get something from this. Sehu Jeng had a hand to it, and Sehu is still unbeaten. Sehu is still unbeaten in this year's Brikama Soma Nawettan, and has earlier on kept 4 clean sheets, and still on the verge of completing another clean sheet. It's a chipped one around the edge of the 18. Scovil trying to pull one back. Currently down by 2 goals to nil. It is Seni Drame, who is already on a brace, trying to get the ball forward, trying to connect the run of Alpha Omar Sow on the far, and Seni Drame could not hit and connect to Alpha Omar on the far side, as his attempt rolls back into the central defenders of Scovil Football Club. Scovil down 2-0. Abubakar Kohli, team captain. Is Seni Drame exhausted? We have to wait and see. Currently we're having 5 players warming up. Adama Sonko is warming up for Fortune. Modlamin Ture warming up. Abbas Kinte is part of those warming up currently. And we also having Kausu Singate and Juma Juf as well. Abbas Kinte and Kausu Singate will be introduced any moment. Sehu Jeng, the goalkeeper, has already handed the ball to central defender Adama S. Sonko. Adama Sonko having the defensive partnership alongside who they saw this afternoon from the theatre in Brikama. It's an infringement. Interesting and lively from the box bar, and Fortune is currently preparing two of its players. Kausu Singate and Abbas Kinte will be introduced any moment, receiving technical instructions from Mustafa Jaju and head coach Sambujang Sedikan. Mustafa has already given instructions to Abbas Kinte, the forward, whilst Kausu Singate is still receiving instructions from head coach Sambujang Sedikan. Abbas Kinte ready. Kausu Singate ready to be introduced any moment. Fortune on the driving seat. 2-0 is the current score against Scovil in today's round of 16 class. And in the 5 p.m. game, it's a clash between Dasilame United and Jida Kabilo. Jida Kabilo still unbeaten against the Dasilame United side that came out second only behind Fortune Football Academy. And Seni Drame is coming up, and he had all the opportunities to get the hat trick. Unfortunately, from the spot, Seni Drame squandered the glorious opportunity. And of course, Kemo is a substitution, and Seni Drame had all the opportunities to get the hat trick. Unfortunately, could not, as he squandered the glorious opportunity from the spot. And already Kausu Singate and Abbas Kinte on the verge of being introduced by Fortune Football Academy.
Yes, Abbas and Kausu will add some energy to the setup, especially for that of the Kausu Singate. He has been very, very instrumental for the Fortune side in the entire, first round of football that we have seen here, and then coming here into the round of 16 again, into having him on the bench and then introducing him at this crucial moment of the game will be a very, very good addition for the Fortune side in the heart of their midfield. He's a box-to-box midfielder. Don't be surprised. He can push from his end to the opponents, and he has been doing this for the entire first round that we have watched him played here. And then again, he has been introduced already. They are leading by 2-0. So his addition will add some qualities to the Fortune. Will add some qualities to the Fortune team in trying to making sure that they actually realize their aspirations of getting themselves to the quarterfinal of the competition.
Thank you very much, Kimo Kanye. Lively and entertaining from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It is the 3 p.m. showdown. Fortune 1, Scovil, Fortune 2 rather. Scovil nil, is a header. And Sehu Jeng, a lot enough. And the goalkeeper is still unbeaten. In this year's Brikama Nawettan, kept 4 clean sheets and still yet to concede a goal. And Sehu Jeng has been the standout performer for the Petroleum Starlets and currently training with the senior team of Fortune Football Club, and he is currently the third goalkeeper on the pecking order. It is Fortune. Fortune Football Academy will definitely hope to hold on to this advantage if they can't get the third. They had the opportunity from the spot, but squandered by Seni Drame. Attack from the Nyambai base club. Ibrahim Aswane, what a delivery. Scovil to start the play from their own half. Abubakar Kohli, team captain. This time is a tussle between the central defender Adama S. Sonko and the forward Alassana Jobo came on as a substitute. Lively and entertaining, and already the supporters of Dasilame and Jida Kabilo are already at the Box Bar Mini Stadium waiting for this huge class at 5 p.m. and we believe this is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, of turnouts in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. It's a derby, and it's a Jida derby. Dasilame and Jida Kabilo. What a moment and so down. Fortune on the driving seat, on the verge of getting a spot in the quarter-final of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. And the team crashed out last season in the semi-final of both the league and the knockout. And currently, Fortune Football Academy, the holders of the Super Cup, around the edge. Can they get something now? I beg your pardon, Kabafita United, the holders of the Super Cup rather. And of course in the 2024-25 season, it was Fortune Football Academy that won the knockout and the Super Cup after victory over Manduari United. It's a low one, Sehu Dahaba getting it down to the new entrant Kausu Singate, who has been an integral figure and was registered last season with the senior team. Mustafa Sedi currently training with the senior team as well. Sedi now trying to get the ball forward. Can they get the third here? And this time never troubled the custodian. That was very close for a goal. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper alert enough to get that. Lively and entertaining from the box bar in Brikama. Live on LSTV1 at the commentary cabin for Lamin Fati. Kemo Kanya, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Is that high boot? Central referee wait for play on. Mustafa said getting it down on the far side. Adama Sonko will be introduced any moment. Adama Sonko for Fortune Football Academy will any moment from now be introduced. And time running out for Scovil Football Club. Scovil in their first game picked a point against Dangam, a point against Nema, lost to Jida Kabilo before picking maximum points against Puntalana in the final group game. Adama Sonko is coming in and Momodu Salifu Keita. Momodu Salif Keita is coming off. Momodu Salif Keita out. Adama Sonko introduced. Fortune still on the driving seat. Started the game with Sehu Jeng in goal and still Sehu in goal. And Sehu is still unbeaten in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. Adama Sonko, Uriso, Sehu Dahaba, Musa Bo Basidi Kamara, Seni Drame already taking off. And he got both goals for Fortune Football Academy. Mustafa Sedi, Abubakar Baji is already taking off. Momodu Salif Keita taking off. And Alpha Omar So still playing. And in the second half we have seen the introduction of Abbas Kinte, Kausu Singate. Adama Sonko is also introduced. Fortune enjoying every moment. And the atmosphere in the 5 p.m. game we believe is going to be electric. Kemo, I think the 3 p.m. game is of course interesting, but the biggest showdown or one of the biggest showdowns in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan must be the Jida derby between Jida Kabilo and Dasilame United. And currently the turnout at the Boxbar Mini Stadium is definitely increasing here, and we are very much hopeful here that is going to be one of the biggest of the turnouts that we have already seen in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan.
Yes, very well. That's a very big derby in the Brikama Summer Nawettan today, because looking at the way they are situated, these are neighboring places, there are neighboring communities that are from the same area, and they would want to win against their opponents. So everyone from Jeddah will be hoping that they clinch a victory over their opponents, Daslame, while the faithfuls of Daslame also will be hoping that they win against the Jeddah side here. And then but the game is yet to be coming into effect. But already, as you have initially observed here, people are currently mounting into the game, into Boxbar Mini Stadium here, rather to actually witness that particular showdown. It is going to be a very big game, even if not the biggest of the games in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan, because Daslame, both Jida and Daslame are having a very good side. They are having a very highly talented players within their midst, and then those two, one of the best two sides in the league, if they are taking on each other, so it is not going to be an easy encounter between the two. So let's see what happens here. What happens here at the 5 p.m. game. But firstly, I mean, it is the fortune game here that is that they are leading here by 2-0 against the Scovil side. Already we are into the 27th minute of the second half here. So Scovil, they will have 13 minutes for them to score 2 goals. Otherwise, they will be going home, and then they will be going home with a lose here. And then with that result will definitely, eliminate them from the Brikama Sports Committee's Summer Nawettan League here. This is we are in a stage of knockout. If you are beaten, then obviously you are out of the competition. So they know that, and then they were prepared before coming into this particular game, and then they are very much aware of the result as of now, because they know that they are currently losing by 2-0, and then they must score 2 in the final 12 or 11 minutes here of the regulation time, plus any other time that will be added by the officials of the game for them to actually get themselves a result that they yearn for when coming here.
Big game at 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. It's a set piece. Scovil will have the opportunity, and in some of the scores in the round of 16, Amasa already in the quarter-final. Also Singate this time doing some defensive duties for Fortune. Musa Bob on the far side, Bob playing on the left side of the defense for Fortune. Alpha Omar Sow getting it down. Adama Sonko, great control and tone, trying to have some step overs. Alpha Omar Sow now, and they get something forward back to the custodian Scovil Football Club. Scovil down by 2-0. Fortune still in their opposition's half. Isn't a great one as the ball rolls back into the gloves of the netminder Modlamin Cham. Modlamin Cham in goal for Scovil. Busy technical area for the Kapas. Sajo Koli and Masani Konjira on the technical area for Scovil. Samujang Sidikan and Ibrahim Mane or Lamin Mane on the technical area for Fortune, whilst Mustafa Jajo, the assistant for Fortune Football Club, is also giving some some technical assistance. Scovil having a player down. Scovil having a player down. Scovil, and the player wouldn't waste any time as the team is currently down by 2-0. The central referee seems to be giving a signal that Sehujan shouldn't waste any time. Adama S. Sonko getting it down to Basidi Kamara. Mustafa Sedi. Kausu Singate, one of the players training with the senior team. Kausu Singate, Mustafa Sedi, Sehu Jeng, Abubakar Bachi and Alpha Omar Sow. Alpha Omar Sow and Kausu Singate are all with the senior team since last season. It is Fortune Football Academy against Scovil. Alpha Omar, not a decent control. The Nyambai base club trying to move the ball forward, and not a decent one as it rolls on the other end for a throw in. getting the ball on the far side. As the score is currently in their favor. Alpha Omar to Sehu Dahaba. Fortune trying to keep possession as the score is currently in their favor. Mustafa Said around the edge trying to connect to that, and already it's a corner. And some of the scores in the round of 16 in Group A. Amasa advanced to the quarterfinal. Newtown cross out. Top 10 in the quarterfinal. Sabo is already out. Daru already in the round of 16, and Makasuri yet to play in their round of 16 class. In Group D is a delivery strongly headed out partly. Mustafa said it back to Adama S. Sonko. Mustafa Sedi is currently down. Sedi Mustafa is down, spreading it on the far side. An opportunity for Scovil Football Club, at least to pull one back. Not for too long. Petroleum Starlets. This is Basidi Kamara. He has a lot of energy. Basidi Kamara to Alpha Omar Sow. Mustafa Sedi. Sedi seems to be exhausted, and probably he might be taking out. The goalkeeper guarded that ball with ease. And Juma Juve is being lined up for introduction. Juma Juve being prepared. Who is he going to replace? And seemingly Mustafa Sedi. We have to confirm that shortly. Mustafa Sedi seems to be exhausted. And a corner for Scovil. Scovil nil, Fortune 2. And it's the second half. Delivery Scovil. The boys in orange colors. Kausu Singate down for some defensive duties. Fortune having key of its players around the area, calling for a handball. Central referee not the least interested. Another delivery coming from Scovil. Trying to get that bicycle kick. Number 16. Number 16. Mustafa Sedi is coming off. Ready Mustafa is off and being replaced by Juma Juve. Mustafa Sedi out. Juma Juve introduced. Fortune trying to wind down the clock here as the score is currently in their favor. 2-0 is the score from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. It's a strong header, Basidi Kamara, an industrious holding midfielder, and he seems to be everywhere on the pitch, doing some defensive duties and offensive duties for Fortune Football Academy. Sehu Jeng, the custodian, and he is still unbeaten, getting the ball forward to the new entrant Juma Juve. Brikama spreading it wide and to connect the run of Adama Sonko. Adama just there on time around the edge of the 18. Can he get something from that? Laying it downwards, trying to reconnect the run of Juma Juve, but caught out by the defenders of Scovil. Nyambai base club down 2-0. Scovil nil, Fortune 2. Around the edge of the 18, and Sehu Dahaba will try to chase. And the Box Bar Mini Stadium is flooded. Box Bar Mini Stadium is currently receiving a whole lot of people and trying to come to this contest to watch the crucial derby between Jida Kabilo and Dasilame United. It's an attack around the edge for Scovil. Can they at least pull one back? This is Wuri! Very close. And that seems to be howler from the central defender Wuriso. But Sehu Jeng is indeed mad after that. But we have seen Wuri trying to console Sehu after that protest from the netminder. But anyway, Sehu Jeng is still unbeaten. Massive turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and we definitely going to see a great turnout in the 5 p.m. showdown between Dasilame United and Jida Kabilo. What a game will that be? And of course we'll be here to get you that broadcast. The score is still Fortune 1 rather, Scovil nil. They still Scovil around the edge. Can he get something from that Sehu Jeng? Adama S. Sonko might be substituted. Adama S. Sonko seems to be exhausted. Do they have any other central defender? We are in so. Adama S. Sonko is still out. Kausu Singade dropping down. Haruna Bujang. There's another player down injured for Fortune. Adama S. Sonko is still out. And already Sehu Dahaba is already down. Adama S. Sonko is coming off. Adama S. Sonko is taking off and will be replaced by Haruna Bujang. Haruna Bujang is on, replacing Adama S. Sonko, and is a midfielder in the space of the central defender. I believe Haruna Bujang is also able to play in the heart of the defense. And Haruna will now have the defensive partnership alongside Wuri Sow. Haruna Bujang introduced. Sehu Dahaba is still out, and he will be introduced or reintroduced shortly. Sehu Jeng urging his players to move forward. Fortune on the driving seat. 2-0 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And Amasa already in the quarterfinals of this year's Brikama Nawettan alongside top 10 and Daru United. In the first game of the round of 16, it ended Amasa 1, Sabu 0. Newtown 1, top 10 1. And top 10 advance on post-match shootouts. Daru United 2, Bairo 0. And in today's 3 p.m. showdown, Fortune Football Academy 2, Scovil 0. And in the 5 p.m. game, Dasilame United will take on Jida Kabilo. Quickly taken around the democracy end. It is Scovil blocked indecently by Kausu Singate. It's another corner. And it's another corner for Scovil. Fortune trying to hold the possession, trying to seal the 2-0 victory. Kausu Singate down on some defensive duties. Fortune having key of their players behind the ball and currently having Adama Sonko up front. Kausu Singate with a bicycle kick. Around the edge, an opportunity is Scovil, and Sehu Jeng is time. That's a penalty, and that's a penalty for Scovil, and now Scovil will have the opportunity, and Sehu Jeng might be beaten for the first time this season from this spot, and Kemo currently is a penalty for Scovil, and probably this might be the first goal that Sehu Jeng will concede in this year's Brikama Nawettan.
Yes, perhaps the first goal that he will be conceding into this particular contest, but already one would see, I mean, we have exhausted the time that is supposed to be played here into the first half, and then already if they are able to pull one back into this particular game, perhaps they need one more chance to put the game to a leveler, but that will be a very, very difficult game as well, a difficult job as well for them to accomplish, but everything is possible so long the game continues to play. But already we have exhausted the 40 minutes of the normal time that is supposed to be played here, and then we are currently into the 4th additional minute of the second half here. So perhaps this may be the last kick of the game into this particular game, into this particular contest.
It's a penalty for Scovil. Penalty for Scovil. And Sehu Jeng could be beaten. But also, Sehu is a mastermind when it comes to penalties. He has been the brain behind Fortune Football Academy in saving those penalties. And Sehu will now have the turn to either save or concede. The team captain, Fortune Football Academy. One of the most, if not the most experienced player for this side. One of the players promoted to the senior team. And Sehu Jeng will now face who? Who is taking this? They're currently having few of their players who is going to take this. 1, 2, 3, 4 of their players behind the ball. And seemingly, who is taking this, we have to wait. It is the number 9 and forward. This time around, and Sehu Jeng beaten for the first time this season. And Scovil pull one back. Will they have enough time to do that? We have to wait and see, as time has almost elapsed at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and the score is currently Fortune 2, Scovil 1 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and claps coming from the entire supporters of the 5 p.m. showdown. And it is Jida Kabilo against Dasilame United. What a showdown this is going to be. And you could hear the claps everywhere. And the claps coming everywhere is coming from the supporters of Jida Kabilo and Dasilame United, as both sides have already completed their warm-ups and waiting 5 p.m. to commence this crucial showdown. What a contest this will be. What a showdown will this be. And already Box Bar Mini Stadium is jam-packed. Box Bar Mini Stadium is jam-packed. And of course, Box Bar Mini Stadium jam packed. And it's already Fortune 1, Scovil, Fortune 2 rather, Scovil 1. Juma Juf getting it forward. Alpha Omar to chase. Back into the clubs of the custodian Modlamin Cham. Scovil hoping to get an equalizer here. Will they get enough time to do that? We have to wait. Juma Juf trying to hold possession for Fortune Football Academy. Nothing given by the central referee. Scovil on the attack. Time running out. Is that going to be a yellow card? Is that going to be a yellow card? We just have to wait. And the huge clash is at 5 p.m. The Jida derby between Jida Kabilo, the huge Kabilo derby. Is that already a yellow card for Sehu Dahaba? He's currently back on his feet in the final moments of this crucial and lively game at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, live on LSTV1, and we will be here in the 5 p.m. showdown to feature the game. And is that the final whistle? There we go, and Fortune Football Academy has secured a spot in the round of 16, has secured a spot in the quarterfinals rather, in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan, and this is where we're going to wrap it up. It has been Parliament Fatih Kemo at the commentary cabin. Behind camera operation is Osman Kamara. Up next is the Jida derby between Jida Kabilo and Dasilame United. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the moment. We will be back in the next moments for the continuation of this crucial and lively game. And up next is Jida Kabilo against Dasilame United.